What it is, good people, it's your boy P Double, one half of the Bootleg Cable Podcast. As usual, man, I hope y'all having a great day, man. So I just came off work. It's a little late, you know what I'm saying? It's probably like at least after 12 or something like that. I ain't got my watch set, so I don't know exactly what time it is, but it's all good. So I was trying to think about something that I wanted to talk about. And I've just been kind of looking through Twitter and checking online, Facebook, Instagram, the news, blah, blah, blah. And all I'm seeing is Draymond Green, Kanye West, Candace Owens, White Lives Matter, this, that, and the third. And I came across no COVID on Twitter, right? So all of us has been going through this COVID-19 pandemic. And for the most part, I personally have not ever been afraid of this whole COVID-19 pandemic, right? People that are close to me have passed away from COVID-19. And also people that are close to the podcast also nearly passed away from COVID-19. I know a lot of people that have, not a lot. I know people that have had different kind of ailments arise after contracting COVID-19. Me personally, I've been vaccinated and boosted. Something that I'm not 100% proud of, but hey, you know what I'm saying? I did it because I got a job. I work in healthcare, and that was one of the requirements of the job, and I didn't really want to give too much pushback on it. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I just personally, I'm not really into the whole vaccine situations. Like, I've never had a flu shot in my life, right? But I got 3 COVID-19 vaccines, so go figure, right? But like I said, I saw the trend, no COVID. And it got me to thinking about, the whole pandemic. I remember when the whole thing started, going to work. I had just started a new job. I was actually working 2 jobs at the same time. For those that don't know, man, I'm an imaging professional. I'm a radiologic technologist. And I used to work in South Florida. Now I'm traveling. I'm going to different states and stuff like that. And I'm slanging these x-rays, right? So just looking at different hospitals and stuff like that since this whole COVID-19 situation has started, it's given me a lot of different perspectives. One, the COVID-19 situation definitely is real. So I don't want to be one of those people that's out here spewing some kind of bullshit ass propaganda or whatever. How it came about and all of that stuff, that's another story. I have my beliefs on how it came about, but at the end of the day, that don't really matter because it's here and it's here to stay, right? So back to me never really being afraid of the whole COVID-19 situation. That's just how I roll. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's not the right way to be, but that's just how I am. Like, I'm not one of those people that sits there and panic about, different things that's going on when they got monkeypox now and this, that, and the third. Like, I was never one of the people to sit there and panic about the situation. And I would hope that most people would be the same and just go about living their lives, right? So if you believe in the vaccine or whatever, get the vaccine. If you believe in wearing masks, wear your mask. Do I feel like masks should be mandated? I don't. I feel like at this point in the game, 2 years, going on 3 years in the whole COVID-19 pandemic game, I think that it should be a mask off type situation, bro. I think the numbers have been dropping, and maybe the numbers aren't dropping. Maybe it's a situation where me, just like everybody else, we all tired of the shit. You know what I mean? If I'm feeling sick, you know what? A couple of years ago, I might not have called out. I would have took my sick ass to work even though I had PTO. Now, I'm just like, you know what, man? I might be fucked up in the game. I might have that Rona. Let me just go ahead and sit my ass down for a couple of days and let me use this PTO and let me chill. You know what I'm saying? I caught COVID since this whole pandemic situation. Mine was a little bit different from everybody else. Not everybody shares the same situation, but for me, it wasn't that bit shit. The whole fam, everybody in my household got it. Baby, all the way up to my mother-in-law caught it. You know what I'm saying? So, it wasn't that bad for none of us. Maybe we lucked out. Most of the household is vaccinated. Other people in the household is not vaccinated. All of us lucked out pretty well. Like nobody got like super duper sick. You know what I mean? It was just like flu symptoms and whatever. But I think that again, at this point in the game, I think that mask should be off, man. Mask should be optional unless you're sick. Because at the end of the day, I think that we realize masking ain't really helping unless you are a person that's spreading. Because these masks, these cheap masks that we wear, yes, they're a barrier or whatever the case is, but they are designed, most of the time, the masks are designed to work one way. So most masks are designed to work where if you are the wearer, you're not spreading your germs. So me as an X-ray technologist, I work in the OR. I work with the surgeons and stuff like that. When you're in surgery, you wear masks. And that is the purpose of the mask. The surgeon wears a mask specifically so that he and the rest of the staff does not spread germs to the patient. We want to, the goal of surgery is to, one, have a positive outcome, but also to keep the patient safe from us. So that's what everybody in the OR wears masks for when in surgery, right? So there's been misconceptions about masks and this, that, and the third, and it being two-way, and this, the N95s and blah 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 blah. The N95s now, those are designed to stop germs from coming in. But again, most of the masks that you guys purchase in the stores, the masks that a lot of your friends get from the hospital for you, all of those masks are one-way masks. So they're not stopping germs from coming in to you. They're stopping your germs from going out. So in that sense, if I'm not wearing a mask and I have COVID and I'm coughing and I'm sneezing and whatever, the mask that you're wearing, if it's not an N95, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to save you, because again, it's designed to keep your germs off of everybody else, but not everybody else's germs off of you. And I don't want to go into there's different kinds and blah, 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 but I'm required to know these things because obviously I'm a healthcare professional and I go into rooms consistently where people have COVID. I work in the ER. I'm usually, besides, the nurse that triage the patient, I'm usually the second person in line that's seeing these patients that are suspected of having COVID-19, because usually I have to either go in there and get an x-ray, or nowadays they come to me even if they're suspected of having COVID-19. So again, the numbers have dropped drastically. Maybe it's because of underreporting. I don't know. But the ticker is no longer on it's not ESPN. The ticker is no longer on CNN and MSNBC and all these other major news networks and whatever. The ticker is gone. So obviously it's on to the next thing. What can we do to drum up fear from the people in the United States? And I think that at this point, we really, really need to get over it, so to say. We need to treat it like the people that have cancer treat germs. If you are a person that's prone to certain kinds of sicknesses, you have underlying conditions, you need to step up your healthcare game regarding yourself, then you should be one of those people that's out here taking the extreme precautions and rocking the N95s and the bubble suits on the plane and this, that, and the third. You do all of that. But don't expect us relatively healthy people in the population to continue to do the same thing. It's getting annoying. It's really restrictive. Some people just make their nose run. I've seen people like break out in bumps, and they get acne and all that stuff from wearing the mask all the time. Maybe they got hot breath under there. I don't know. Maybe they just got sensitive skin. I don't know. But I think that what this pandemic has done, it has caused people overall to be a little more health conscious and a little more hand wash conscious. It caused people to be a little more clean than they were before the pandemic started. It sucks for those people that have been really mentally manipulated by this whole situation, and now, they don't have friends anymore. They don't talk to certain people anymore. They don't have friends to come over their house. They don't go see friends and family because they're just sitting at home scared to death over this whole COVID-19 situation. And you have a lot of people that's like that, and they've been like that for damn near 3 years now. I have a close friend of mine that's been like that for damn near 3 years now. That shit fucked them up, and it sucks. You know what I'm saying? It changed this person for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want y'all to be one of them people. I'm tired of it. I don't know how many times I'm going to reiterate that. I think that, we need to, at this point, since the beginning of it, I've been saying that, what are we going to do? Are we going to sit here and cower, this invisible thing? Like, we've had the flu. There's been different plagues and stuff in the past. We can't cure a common cold. COVID is here to stay, bro. I think that we all know that at this point. It's here to stay. As we go throughout time, as we catch COVID multiple times, as we try to remain healthy and, feed our bodies with the right nutrients and stuff like that to fight off this disease, we get more immune to it. And it's going to get weaker. And we had times where it mutated, or supposedly, this is what the news is saying, it mutated and this, that, and the third. But now I think that we're at the point where the majority of the United States has gotten COVID at this point. And again, we're tired of it, man. No COVID don't mean that COVID don't exist anymore. No COVID means that if I get a cough tomorrow, if I get a certain, some kind of flu-like symptoms, if I lose my taste and my smell and whatever, I'm not going to the pharmacy to check and see if I got COVID or not, or this, that, and the third, or as soon as I get a little sniffle or a cough, I'm running to the pharmacy to buy the, you know what I mean? I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but maybe whoever this maybe Abbott was one of the people that planted COVID-19 amongst the population so that we can go out and buy their products to test for it every single time that we get a sniffle now. You got people that's out here buying multiple tests. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 test kits. And as soon as something happened, they ready to test and swab and this, that, and the third. We're human beings. We adapt. And I think that we're at the point where we need to adapt to this shit, and we need to stop being afraid of it. Again, my step pops, he passed away from the remnants of COVID. He got COVID, you know what I mean? It turned into pneumonia. You know, he ended up, being COVID free, but the pneumonia stayed. I have another friend, his uncle died from COVID. You know what I'm saying? Again, somebody close to the podcast. You know, his wife, she had COVID. She nearly passed away. I see it all the time. I see the transporters taking the bodies in and out of the rooms in the ICUs. Not now, but originally when we was at the height of the pandemic. It's real. It is real. But how much longer? How much longer are these states gonna pass these laws and mandate vaccines and this, that, and the third? Like, at some point, I think that we as people need to stand up to the other people that's trying to take our freedoms away. And again, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I believe in certain vaccines that's been around for years upon years upon years, and even those have side effects sometimes. You never know. Can't pick and choose who's gonna have the side effects or not. But no COVID, man. How y'all feel about this situation? Y'all tired like me? Or you still hiding under whatever it is that you hiding under? Let me know. It's your boy, P Double, one half of the Bootleg Cable Podcast. Subscribe to the channel. Share the videos. Hit me with a thumbs up or shit, even a thumbs down. Let me know how y'all feel, man. I appreciate it. Peace. I'm out.